There is a substantial risk of loss associated with trading forex, binary options, stocks, or equities, collectively, asset classes. Only risk capital should be used for trading. Trading in any asset classes is not appropriate for everyone. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. No representation is being made that investors will make profits, or will not sustain losses. Before trading in any asset classes, investors should consult with their professional broker, financial advisor, or financial consultant to determine whether trading asset classes is appropriate. Investors who trade in any asset classes should only do so if the capital used for this purpose represents funds that an investor can afford to lose without adversely impacting the investor's lifestyle. No trading strategy or methodology is without risk of loss. No trading strategy is risk-free, and no trading strategy can guarantee profits or freedom from losses. Investors risk losing the cost to execute any transaction, including associated commissions or fees. You should carefully consider whether trading in any asset class is appropriate for you in light of your investment experience and financial resources. Any trading decisions you make are solely your responsibility and at your own risk. None of the statements or materials in the Auvoria Prime chat rooms constitute a solicitation or recommendation to buy or sell.
I set up DAX. So I'll show you how I set up all indices. I set up everything the exact same. So it's not just DAX, but yeah, we'll go over it. All right, let's go show how I set up the indices. Don't worry about that. Something new I'm working on. So we'll come over here, DAX. All right, so DAX. And again, I do this for all indices, not just DAX. So I have an indicator that highlights the Asia session. Asia session for me. All right. So I'm gonna show you how to do this without having this indicator. All right. Hold on. So all right. So I use Envy as my broker. And so London session starts at the 10 o'clock candle, which is this one right here. So from last night, I'll show you why I was buying last night. All right. So this is the 10 o'clock candle. All right. So for me, if I don't have the Asia session, I know that Asia session is from the start of the new day right here, from the period separator to the 10 o'clock candle. So what I would do is I come over here. I use the rectangle tool, and I'd go to light gray. All right, go to light gray. And then I would set this up just like so. Boom. All right. Now you have Asia session. Looks just like I had on my indicator. Except for now I manually marked it. So now I've got Asia session all marked. All right. So now I got Asia session marked. All right. Now that's Asia session. So let me go to the H1. On the H1, you guys know I look for 2 order blocks above and 2 order blocks below current price in Asia session. All right. Let me change my rectangle back to the blue. All right. All right. So boom, boom, boom. I'm going to go through this quickly. I have an order block right here. It's the highest one, most recent one. All right. So I mark that one, drag it across like so. All right. And then I had another one right here was the next highest one. All right. And so I'll come here and boom, boom, boom. Funny thing is, you can see it hit both of them. Ran right through both of them. All right. Oh, I'm sorry. My apologies. This right here was the order block. So it missed that one. I knew it didn't hit that second one. This from that day. That's the highest order block. All right. Now, so I got my order blocks marked on the top, and then I mark my order blocks on the bottom. All right. So for me, boom, red candle, last candle before the up move. So the last down candle before the up move was that candle, and then before that one was this doji right here. Boom. All right. Is it a coincidence that it hit all these levels? Not really. They're order blocks. They're supposed to get hit. So I mark everything on H1 from an order block standpoint. Then I come down to the minute 5. All right. Once I've marked my order blocks on the minute 5, you guys know me. I like to mark my zero gravity level, which is the first 5-minute candle of the day. All right. That is this candle right here. A little smaller. All right. We've already talked about why this thing is called zero gravity. All right. Because price comes back to it over and over and over and over. All right. And repeatedly uses it. Look at that. Use zero gravity for the New York session sell-off. If you missed the first entry, definitely had an opportunity for a second entry. All right. All right, boom. All right. That's it. That's my setup. All right. That is my setup. All right. Price was sitting here at this order block and bouncing off that order block. Go to the 1 minute. You guys saw my trade. It's on Instagram. So I don't need to lie about it. But you can see here my entry. All right. Price is bouncing off of Asia low. Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize, guys. I do mark up one more thing. Let me zoom out. I do mark up one more thing. I mark up Asia, the Asia levels. So I do my fib from, doesn't really matter how you do it. You just want to mark high to low. So you can mark your 50% level. Boom, there's Asia mid, Asia high, Asia low. And then we get rid of the fib. Boom, boom, boom. There it is. All right, go down to the 1 minute. All right, now, what gave me the indication of price going up? All right, so, all right, let me come back here. And I missed the full run up. I just took price up. Well, I took price. You guys saw my my screenshots on Instagram. I took to the top of this order block right here. All right. Now, go to DAX and put strategy 11 on. All right, strategy 11. All right, 5 minute. All right, and we can see here on the 5 minute from last night that what? Price was oversold. Look at that. Leg 1, 2, 3. Boom. Made that leg 4 on the W. Go to the 15 minute. All right, look at that. 1, 2, 3. Right when London Open happened, is making what? Leg 4 at the W. We go to the 30 minute. 30 minute. Leg 1, 2, 3. When London happened, boom. It gave you the what? Gave you the crossover. So for me, those 3 time frames, let's see the H1. I didn't look at the H1. Yeah, it didn't really matter. The 5 minute, the 15 minute, and the 30 minute gave me enough bias to say, hey, we are going up for the buy. All right, we're going up for the buy. And so, as you can see here, the next order block was pretty far. Typically, if we're going to go for buy and prices where it was at London Open, it's going to do 2 things. It's either going to bounce off of Asia low and run up, or off of the order block below. All right. For me, it tried and tried and tried. Let me zoom in here. Tried and tried and tried to break Asia low. Move that down a little bit. Couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. Finally, you got a doji and a bullish engulfing. That was my entry right there. I'm in. I'm in that bad boy. In there, right there. All right. So get in on this candle. Well, I got in when this candle closed. So at the beginning of this candle. And TP1, middle of Asia. TP2, high of Asia. TP3, high of the order block. All right. And the reason why I went to high of the order block is because if you go to the H4, H4. Let me go back here and show you guys the structure. No, H1. So on H1, you see here, these are almost the information here. So I went back to the top of that information here, that double top right there. That was where my that's where I went to. That was my TP. Was back to the top of this. So the top of this order block, which you see here, leg 1, 2, 3, 4. I use that liquidity at the top. All right, because all that is they're faking the sell. I mean the buy, selling you off, come back, making you think it's gonna buy, getting more volume, wicking you out, and then dropping it. So there's liquidity up here. There's orders that they have to come back here and close. They've got buy orders here. So I knew they were going back to this level. Therefore, that is why I went to that level with TP. You can see it went a lot higher, but that's my markup, and that was my entry and my reason why. So hopefully that helps. Hopefully that helps. Real easy. All right. So you take all this into account with AIRO. All right. Because again, you can't just use order blocks and all that by itself. You got to have some other. You got to understand other aspects of trading. All right. There was no news last night, so I knew it wasn't gonna be no jerking around. You can see it's relatively straight, smooth up. And from DAX standpoint, on AIRO, you can see there was no trend at the time. At the time, there was only 2 zones. That third zone wasn't there, so there was only 2 zones. I'm sorry, 2 zones. This zone and this zone. These middle zones right here weren't there yet. So it was no trend because there was only 2 zones. So I got no trend. All right. So no trend. I got no news. All right. And for me, 5-minute, 15-minute, 30-minute, we're all setting up for the sale. By the time I entered in that trade, they all were crossing up. 5-minute crossed up first, then 15, then 30. So by the time the 30 crossed up, we were up here, got the bag entry, or the AIRO up. Could have put it in another position, but I just held my 2 positions that I had from down here and let those bad boys rise. You can see here that was a 1,000 pip trade. 2,000 pips when you add both positions. All right, come here. Hey, we got somebody new on the call. Frank, the great. All right, so wealth creation. Hopefully that makes sense for you. I mark everything up institutional wise, so I have an idea of what institutional levels price is bouncing off of, and then I use AIRO for directional bias. I have an idea of what price may be going with the regular charts, but I let AIRO really set things up with me with the whole strategy 11 setup. It lets me know, hey, price is oversold, price is overbought, therefore it's looking to go the opposite direction. And then we also have those W formations, setting up on the stochastic that we had on the 5-minute and the 15-minute. It's a no-brainer. It was a no-brainer. And you can see my entry, price action. So again, just setting up the institutional levels and order blocks is not enough. You got to understand a lot more than just order blocks. All right. And so for me, that was it. Frank, hey man, glad you're here. Glad you are here as well. So we may do a call tonight. We'll see. I've been trading. I'm mad at myself. I slept through New York and missed that 3,000 pip drop. But I've been trading London and New York. Most days. For the past 3 weeks. So tonight, London, and then we'll do New York in the morning. I'm rested now. So I'm not gonna miss another London. Another New York. Not gonna miss another New York. All right. Get in, jump in, compound my trades. Call it a day. It's easy. And I say compound my trades from the standpoint of I catch one good move during London, catch another good move during New York. All right. And you can always use London, what happened in London, to help you out with New York. If I hop on, it'll be 1:30 my time, so 2:30 Eastern. It'll be 30. I'll hop on 30 minutes before London. That way, I got time to set the chart and get ready. So 30 minutes before London, if I hop on, I'll announce in the group in the group chat, and we'll be on the call. Don't feel bad. I fell asleep 5 minutes before London and sleep through New York. Now you missed it all. It must have been some great sleep. You know, I was upset about it, but you know, at the end of the day, you know, when you're tired, you're tired. Man, fell asleep 5 minutes before London, and then went to sleep and then slept through New York. Yeah, it's tough doing both. So I woke up late today. I slept in. I was like, you know what? I missed it. I'm going back to sleep. I'm gonna sleep all the way till I'm good. So I slept until about 2:30 this afternoon. So I've only been up for about 7 hours today. So guess what that means? Means I'm probably just gonna stay up straight through New York, most likely. If not, then you know I'll take a nap in between. All right, but yeah, might do a surprise call tonight just so we can try to catch some pips on Dax, and then the New York squad, they'll be up. You know, this is their last week, and they'll be up. Dante and Jackie, they'll be on for the New York session in the morning. All right. All right. Well, we've gone over that, guys. So nobody really got on the call. Nobody really has questions. Go ahead and end this call now. And Frank, I don't know, Frank, are you new? Frank, I don't recognize your username. Are you new? Any questions you have? I know everybody else is pretty much, you know, they're consistently on the calls. This call for helping people that are new, no questions. Okay, hey man, well, hey, welcome. No questions, cool. Make sure that you are, I said, plug it into the live sessions, getting more of those gems, and you know, catch your pitch with the squad. So, if you got any questions about the general setup of everything, this Monday night call is all about setting up. It's all about asking questions about strategies, just everything about AIRO. And then the live sessions are all about, you know, catching pips and learning how to use the software live, learning other strategies, things of that nature. So I appreciate everybody jumping on. I will, if I decide to get on live with you guys, I'll put that in the group chat tonight. Look for that in the AIRO bag chat. And if we do get on, to be at 2:30 Eastern. All right. Probably be on for an hour. So about 30 minutes before London starts, and then get off about 30 minutes afterward. That should be enough time to catch some pips or already be in the trade and knowing where we're going to go to. All right. And as always, we're going to continue to trade after this call. Make sure you trade responsibly.